Today on the channel, we're going to take a look at this odd Van Halen inspired speaker cabinet that I made. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at this Vox 8015 VT amplifier that I ripped out of this speaker cabinet and made this really neat, I think it's neat, this really neat speaker cabinet for my baby Friedman BE. This Vox 8015 VT is a digital modeling. It's got like all the effects and stuff on it. It's got this, it's a little 15 watt amp that I couldn't fix. I couldn't resurrect it. I used this thing for a couple of years. I spent like $29 on this amp used. It worked really good. I mean, it was good for a while. It recorded direct. I had a line out on the back of it, and foot switch, had all the effects, delays, reverbs. It wasn't a bad little amp. Like I said, I got it for 30 bucks, brand new, or used. But it died. I looked on the inside of it, and man, there is so much corrosion and junk in here. I mean, it's unbelievable. And it's been sitting in my garage, so it's really dusty and dirty. But this thing was unsalvageable, so I took the cabinet that this amp was in. It was up in this section, and I unscrewed it, took it out. I'm going to throw this away. I took all the chicken head knobs off of it. I took the 12AX7 tube, the fuse. Took everything off of it that I might be able to use later for something else. And I decided to stripe this cabinet in the spirit of our hero Eddie. It's got this little tiny speaker on the inside. Not even sure what ohmage that is, but that's like an 8-inch, little 8-inch speaker. This cabinet's kind of heavy, but I striped it like Frankie. You know, I got the little black stripes on it here and there, and then I spray painted it. I took everything off this thing. I took the corners off of it. And I took the grill off the front of it. I'll show a picture online, you know, on this video of what it looked like, you know, before I did all this. But I had a Friedman placard that when I bought my BE 100, this was the hang tag off the amp. So I saved that all these years, and I still had it. So I was like, hey, I'll put this on this cabinet and make it look like a Friedman, kind of. And I took the handle off the top. Used to be up here, and I put the handle on the side so I could carry it. And the back of it's kind of open back. I took an input jack and mounted it on the back side of the amp. I could have got this a little straighter, but I just screwed this little, it's like a plate from the back of a Strat. I cut that off to shape, and got the speaker wired to this. It was really simple. I mean, that was the easiest part. The hardest part about this was taking this thing apart, getting all the pieces and little screws off of it. This thing was like, I don't know, I had like 100 parts. But I spray painted it white after I put some tape over the black hide of the amp. I spray painted it white, then I let that dry, and then I taped it and spray painted it red, and there you go. Painted the grill. The grill was chrome colored. I painted it black just to go along with the theme. And I'll plug this baby in. We'll check it out. It's not a bad little speaker cabinet. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. It's pretty decent. And when I got my little BE on top of it, you know, it looks like this. So it's pretty funny. I think it's kind of cute. It's kind of funny. So I'm gonna put a microphone in front of this, run it into Pro Tools, and we're just gonna record it for the fun of it and check it out. So there it is, my Vox converted speaker cabinet to a quote-unquote Friedman cabinet for my little mini BE in the spirit of Van Halen. Rock and roll, man. Okay, just to show a little bit of the secret in the sauce, I'm going to give you a little bit of a description of what we got here. I've got this BE set like so. Got the gain turned way down. These amps have way too much gain. That's the only downfall on this amp is you can't get that AC/DC sound very good with it unless you turn the volume way down on your guitar. But I've got the gain set really low. I've got the presence cranked up pretty high. Got the cut switch in the middle. I got the bright switch on. I've dialed back the treble, boosted the mids, got the bass way down, and the volume set right around 3, I guess. Got this mic'd up with this MXL microphone. Got it about 6 inches away from the speaker. I can't get it much closer because this stand that it's on bumps up against this little cabinet. So we're going to go with this. Now I'll show you my setup in Pro Tools, just for fun. Alright, sorry this isn't that professional, but it'll do. So this is basically it. This was a test track that I ran. I ran some audio just to make sure my mic and everything was working. So I got basically a stereo master track here with I always widen my tracks. I do put a stereo widener on it just to make the effects and the reverbs and delays sound really nice and pretty. And on the guitar channel itself, you know, you gotta have a produced sound kind of. So I take my EQs. I usually roll back my bass way down, but I got the bass up kind of high here. And I roll off the high end, boost the mids again. Then I'm running a multi-chorus on this. Got a multi-chorus set up. Sometimes I don't do a multi-chorus, but pretty much all my 80s stuff. If it's Sammy Hagar era Van Halen, I put a multi-chorus on it. If it's not Sammy Hagar Van Halen, I just leave it off. With my lesson videos. This multi-delay, I got a left side and a right side. I usually set the multi-delays at like 12 or 14% on one side, maybe 10 or 12 on the other. Sometimes I crank them way back down and like put them like at 8% and 6. As far as mix, I put my feedback at around 25% because I want it to bounce at least 3 times or so. And I set the left side usually anywhere between 360 to 400, and I put the right side anywhere between 550 and 900 depending on the tempo of the song I'm doing. And got a plate reverb. I usually set this thing at about 10%. I've cranked it up a little bit tonight. I've got it on 20. Put it on plate. I think it's a little bit nicer than going hall or church. Plate's got a real nice vintagey sound to it. Not running any compression with this, but this is basically it. Got a mono track with some effects, and I got a stereo master fader. I'm going to spread the stereo on it a little bit. So we'll cut a track and check it out. All right, let's see what we got here. Where's the skipper when you need him? All right, there you go. There's the baby Friedman cabinet with the mini BE. I hope you liked the video. This was a fun little experiment and a fun little project to do. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing, comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.